And we're live.
Uh,
Ah!
Welcome back to the Nathan and Steven podcast Time Times. We're talking about movies and things and shows and things. Today
So
we got
many,
Joey again
too many.
talking about
Hello.
WandaVision, episode
Episode
4.
4,
I
yeah.
don't know what episode of our podcast this is, but I
It's
know it's,
9?
I think it's 9 or
Maybe
10.
10. If
Maybe.
it's
One of the
10, that's like special.
Yeah,
Anyway,
you have to do a giveaway for episode
yeah,
10.
Wait,
Apple
I'm gonna
Watch
check. I'm
giveaway.
gonna check. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check.
All right. Anyway, while he checks, yeah, so today we're doing episode 4 of WandaVision. We did 1 and 2 and 3 already, so yeah, just since he's looking, Joey, general thoughts on the episode.
No, okay, we're good.
It was
Episode 9.
better
Episode 9.
than the first three,
Okay.
or two or three. I
Yeah.
forget.
Yeah.
Because it seems like an actual. I think you said that, Nathan. It seems like an actual Marvel thing,
Yeah.
not just some garbage
Yeah.
sitcom.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
Joey.
was watching our other podcast about 1 and 2, and your first reaction was they're just unengaging, and I agree 100% with that for the first
Yeah.
two. And for sure this episode was a lot more more entertaining, I guess. Like there was stuff happening before my eyes. Yeah, more
So many
frequently.
stuff happened. Yeah, I think this episode is better. I mean, it's not like way better. MCU fans are going crazy.
Yeah, we'll
This
talk about
show is, I don't even know what's happening, but like, I mean, it was definitely better. It gave us background on to like what was happening on the outside world. So I thought that was a cool way how they structured it instead of like doing it side by side. They like set up the sitcom and then they're like, well, like the outside world still exists, and it was like a nice reminder.
Mhm.
I don't know, but yeah, I thought it was better. Darcy needs her coffee.
Mhm.
Yep.
So yeah, more specific likes and dislikes. What did we like? I can go
Um,
first. If you
no,
want.
okay, I'll go. I liked like I said, the concept of the outside, and then um, them like I thought it was cool how they explained each incident that happened in WandaVision, like with slight, like they didn't go into depth about it, but they were like they like teased the helicopter, and then they showed the beekeeper, and just like everything like has an explanation. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, the thing with
Yeah.
the first. Oh, sorry, Joe. The thing with the first
Oh,
three is just like sorry.
it's
Is
fine. It's fine.
I don't know. They were all teases and hints, like a couple in like long 20-minute episodes, and we were always searching for answers or our own theories. This one, while they didn't dive into too much detail, they're literally like, "This is what that is. This is what that is. Oh, you're wondering what that is. Oh, that's who the person was there." Like they told us at pretty much every question, nearly every question from the first year, which is a good thing because, as I've said, like I bet, yeah, if we had another sitcom episode, I probably would have lost my mind because
Yeah,
it's just very not repetitive, just frustrating.
same. It's like the same structure. I mean, I know it's supposed to be, but like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
Joe.
It was good to see have like most of the questions answered and just see everything explained
Yeah.
because like the helicopter and everything was kind of a mystery.
Yeah.
So it was cool
yeah,
to see like the connection. And then okay, the one thing I thought was weird is that how like it's like Wanda can change things obviously when they
Yeah.
come into her world, but then she like actually changed the one like rope
Yeah. Into
from
a
the hazmat
yeah.
guy into the actual outside world.
yeah.
So she can just that just means she can change anything into
I
anything
know.
else, which is
Yeah, I
very
think well,
OP.
it's because like that was able to be pulled back out. So I don't know. It was just I don't know. I don't think much thought went into that
Yeah.
decision. It
Yeah.
was just like
But
we should have this happen.
just makes her so OP.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Um.
So you go.
Wait, I just want to just touch on something else I liked. It's like I think it was cool that the characters kind of went through like a really similar thought process that all the fans went through during like while watching the episodes because they're literally watching the sitcom like we
Yeah.
did, and like they asked similar questions like what were the hexagons about. Um, that's the only question I remember they wrote on the whiteboard. I know there was other ones. There was like four or something.
Yeah. I
It
mean,
was like it was, and they like addressed like each sitcom is a century ahead, and I thought it was like I don't know. It was like it was cool to see them go through the same process we did.
It
yeah.
just seemed more real.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because they were us. Yeah. And no, building off what Steven said, he was like, like they had all their theories put up on the whiteboard. They literally had each and every character and they were trying to match it to people in their real life. Like, that's kind of
Mhm.
what we've been trying to do, figure out, like, are these people real? Who are they? Da, 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 da,
Yeah,
da. But, like, going back to what Joey said about Wanda being OP, so the leading theory about Mephisto, like, playing a role in whatever, her creating the reality, and, that would make sense because he's apparently, but, like, it still could happen, but it seems less likely now. Personally, I think so. After the last episode we just watched, in which case Wanda's just insane. Like she's doing this entire thing,
Yeah.
controlling like a ton of people. I don't know. She seems very, very overpowered, which is we know she is, but that is like crazy. I feel like I don't know.
Yeah.
I really like the blip sequence. I thought that was cool. I mean, it was extended. I
I
thought.
didn't like it at first, but
I
then
know because I liked it. I was like, oh, like this is cool to see from this point, and it established like the time period it was in. But it went too long, and they just started feeding me information that I already knew about the time period and
yeah.
stuff. We got to
I
watch
just
her
like that
figure
we
it out.
got to see background on something like we didn't get to see when people returned. Like I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Far From Home, they showed it like one sequence, but it was played for comedy. So this was actually interesting to see,
Oh
like,
yeah,
because it would be hectic if it happened in real life. So like that was a good representation. I felt like of it. Yeah. How do you feel about returning characters, Wu and Darcy, and I don't know. Are
I
there
mean,
any
I
other?
think it's a cool thing. I mean, Darcy's fine. She's like the same as she was in Thor. I don't hate her. I don't love her.
Yeah.
She's like an okay character to me.
I feel like they could have
Um,
picked someone better than her.
yeah. And then Wu, I mean, I don't like him as much as I did in Ant-Man. I feel like he was funny, and now he's like not funny. But I mean, it's supposed to be a more serious show. But
I thought
still.
the card trick thing was really cool.
Yeah,
Like
that
I've
was a
seen it a
cool.
lot on social media, but it's really like
Oh my gosh.
yeah, how Ant Man he couldn't like
Anything, any Easter egg, dude, fans like go
yeah
nuts.
they go nuts. I know, but that like I yeah everyone so I don't know yeah I did want to talk about the families going nuts about it. Like I've seen a couple people say Darcy was annoying and I hated Darcy in this episode, but for the most part everyone's typing into all caps with like fire
Everyone loves
emojis
Darcy.
and like
Yeah, I
this
don't.
episode is the best by far. I love Darcy. All these like yeah it's just people are going nuts and it's okay. It's better than toxicity like Star Wars fans, but people are treating it like it's the next Breaking Bad, so it's pretty
It is
interesting.
Breaking Bad. It's better.
I
Yeah,
think they're
really.
just desperate for Marvel
I
content.
know.
I know it's
And,
weird.
and like you said earlier, like it feels like it's actually part of the MCU, so people are like super hyped about it because it's like, hey, just reminding you this is still part of the universe. So yeah.
Can we talk about the most recent theories coming out? Because these are ridiculous. Like they're getting crazy.
About the
The
cat.
wall? The wall is so weird.
I've seen that 3 times now today.
I
almost
know,
said
and
that-
you sent it. I don't what?
I thought it was a joke, but it's not.
It seems like it'd be a joke.
So
They're
yeah,
using the devil in the details line to justify it. Like, no.
we were talking about whether Devil in the Details was just a reference or like whether it actually means something. And then these people are taking it to the next level, saying like a picture on the wall is Mephisto's face, and it doesn't
Not
even
even a
look like a
picture.
devil.
It's literally the wallpaper.
Yeah, the
It's
wallpaper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like Marvel's not really the type of like show. A Marvel show wouldn't really have all those details and Easter eggs. I feel
They
like.
don't do small hints. They like the
Yeah.
hint.
they wouldn't do that. Yeah, that's weird.
Unless it is. Maybe it is. We're just
I don't know. Like person, my back to like the Mephisto thing because this episode further like verified like I don't think he's gonna be in. It's just it doesn't fit because the most like type of like villain we've had like that is like what Ego from Guardians 2 and like Thanos, and those two were like because one Ego is for the Guardians like in space and the other one Thanos is like Thanos and he's been set up and it would just feel so weird to have the devil be the I don't know it just feels so out of place especially now since we know like it's literally a sitcom with like people setting up camp outside the world. It just doesn't fit anymore if it did before. So
I feel like it could have made a little bit of sense, like with just Wanda in just her world, but then it doesn't seem like it would fit into the same world as Darcy and Wu and all the FBI people.
now that we've seen the perspective from the outside, it's like, oh well, it takes away the mysticism and it brings it down to like her, I guess.
Yeah.
I hope they do what you said. Like I think in like the last time we talked about this, Nathan, was like that Mephisto is more just like a reference, like not a reference, but he's just behind the scenes, and you never really see him until maybe the very end, or maybe not at all. And it's more Agnes is like running everything for him, and then if he's in Doctor Strange too, I think that'd fit way more and make a lot more sense. Be a better way to introduce him.
Oh, yeah, because Doctor Strange could get kind of.
Well, it's supposed to be a horror movie too.
So I wanted to comment on that, Steve. So we were talking about in our first episode about the rated R stuff in the MCU and how do you make it a horror? That I'm not saying that was a horror scene, but the scene with Vision with the stone out of his head definitely it kind of gave me chills. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I'm not embarrassed to say that, but like it definitely creeped me out for some reason. Cameron said it didn't creep him out at all, and he thought I was weird. But I see people commenting on that now. They're like, "Oh, that's probably what they're aiming for Doctor Strange 2." Like just stuff like that, not like jump scare horror, but like creepy. I don't know.
I don't feel like that would make it
Wanda.
rated R though.
It wouldn't, but just like the horror aspect of it, because they've said
Yeah.
try to make it a scary movie. And Steve and I were just talking
Yeah.
about like why would I don't know.
I don't know. I just don't consider something a horror movie if it doesn't have jump scares. But it's
No,
just, but yeah,
Yeah.
would we consider Get Out a horror movie?
it's like
That one's kind of, I
it's like a
think, but also
psychological
Kind of.
thriller.
Just the
That's what
concept is.
yeah. But then at the same time, like watching it, I was never like, oh, I'm gonna get jump
Those are
scared.
the, if you consider that the horror movie, those are like the horror movies I like. Like scary movies that have jump scares are just like, I don't know.
Yeah, they're just throwaway. They're fine,
They're just for the purpose of scaring you and nothing else.
Yeah.
and I don't like that as
Movie
much as I
so good.
Get
We
Out.
should do a podcast and Get Out. Honestly, I have so much to say about that.
Yeah, I
movie.
know that movie. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, I don't know,
Very
but anyway, I
good.
like. Do you guys have like so after every episode we've been able to speculate and stuff like we talked about Mephisto, but like I don't have any big questions for the future ones besides like the stuff they're teasing in their promos.
Because this
But I know Steve
episode-
doesn't watch them, so I
Yeah.
don't want to.
This episode didn't raise many questions. It answered a lot of them.
Yeah, because they answered the previous ones.
Yeah.
I'm guessing we're going back to the sitcom next episode.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do another.
One thing I don't understand is like how Vision is like trying to. He doesn't know what's like. He acts like he doesn't know what's going on, and like in one of the trailers, they show him trying to break through the wall. Like if he's just Wanda's creation, why is he trying to leave, or why would she make him like that?
One of the theories is that Wanda and Vision are gonna fight at the end.
Yeah,
so
it looks like it.
she apparently. So I don't know. There's that thing about like the end credit scene for Endgame. Have you guys seen it? It was like the concept art of Wanda like taking Vision's body out of like this like casket or something. Anyway, it looked like she was like trying to bring, but they didn't include it because they wanted Endgame to feel final. We talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So she's actually using his dead body probably, but there's the main theory is that like he exists within the reality, but outside of it he'll like die, which is why I don't know. Like you said in the promos, him trying to leave. Probably, yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting.
I think it's gonna because, I mean, the other theory is I think it was on TikTok or something you sent me, Nathan, was it always zooms on Vision's eye.
Yeah, and
Like,
also
I don't know.
staring at the camera at the end of the episode. I never noticed that.
Yeah, and so then people think the next episode's gonna be shown through Vision's perspective.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It's hard to tell if he's real or
Like
not.
I think it's gonna be him figuring stuff out next episode because the Halloween episode,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot is gonna happen.
It's like it's clear Wanda has control over the other residents because she makes them fit into the period that the episode takes place, like the decade.
Yeah.
But like Vision feels like a real person, but he also doesn't feel like the Vision from Age of Ultron, Civil War,
It's
or
so
Infinity
weird.
War.
Yeah.
So it's weird, like if he's real, but at the same time, it feels like she has some control because she's making him play that sitcom role. I don't know, like how Vision will tie into it because I've never thought about that until this episode.
He was
Mhm.
always so serious and everything else.
I know
I know.
he like shows emotion. This is really weird.
It's bizarre. Yeah, and Wanda's just a complete psychopath, like even more so. Like in every episode, I just see her and she's just weird.
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah, we talked about this like the first episode, I think,
Yeah.
because I noticed it. Like Vision was weird, and like I just said like either we missed a lot in between, like in between whatever Civil War and Infinity War,
yeah,
because I mean it was a long time period. and
Yeah.
it went away for a while, but the more reasonable thing is like that's Wanda, what Wanda sees Vision as
exactly. I think it's
caring husband, and like whenever like in reality it's just a robot.
Yeah.
I do feel like it could be more of like a cope. That's why I thought he was like fake and she was just like her perception of him because it seems like a coping mechanism since like she talked about her brother Pietro and she like broke character because she was like actually touched by it. She
Mhm.
loved him, obviously. She saw him die. And then Vision, she was finally settling down with him. He died and she was forced to kill him. Then Thanos brought him back just to like, anyway, she's had these horrific things happen to people she cares about. So I think I initially thought that was just her way of like coping with it, is creating her own reality with a made up version of it in it. But it looks like he's a real one because he's looking for answers in the episodes we've seen.
Mhm.
It's really weird. So
Yeah. Well, okay. To touch on that more, just like now that we know what's happening because of episode 4, to go back in some of the events in episode 3 and just like I do have some questions. Like, if Wanda she's supposed to be controlling everything, so then why doesn't she know that like the other residents are speculating against her, pretty much like saying they
how
don't
are
know what
things
they're
going
doing
wrong?
here. Yeah, like how would things
Weird.
get out of hand if she's in control of everything? Like how does Agnes and the other guy know that they're in a reality? I don't know.
I think it might be something like she like gets control and then kind of loses it for a bit because like in the first episode, the dinner party one, it seemed like she kind of like almost lost control and like the
Yeah.
wife of that guy, like she was glitching and just saying like
Yeah.
stop it, stop it. So maybe she just loses control a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, how did whatever her name was? I always forget her name every episode.
Agnes?
No, the lady who got kicked out.
Geraldine.
Geraldine,
Geraldine. Yeah, yeah,
Monica.
yeah. How did she like break character? Like, was that just Wanda losing?
So from what I understand from the episode, like she got sucked in, and they didn't know about her whereabouts. Then they spotted her, right? Like
Yeah,
Darcy and
yeah,
Sue.
yeah.
And then they were saying like, oh, she's like living the sitcom to try to find the answer. So she had control over herself. It
Oh,
seems like,
she
which is why
knew.
she played character.
Mm.
Because remember, like they showed that perspective. They showed it further go on. Because in episode 3 they cut it short, and you just saw her get thrown out of the place. But they like showed it go on, and she like after saying Ultron or whatever, Wanda's like, "What'd you say?" And then she like quickly went back to the character. She's like, "Oh, I could take turns holding the babies," and Wanda's like, "No, I think so." She clearly, I think she does have control about like what she does.
Why would she bring up Ultron? What the
That was
point?
a weird. I think
I
that's
think it was
more.
just an accident.
Yeah, it was like more of a plot device because it's such a stupid move. Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
It seems like a weird thing.
Yeah,
Maybe to bring her back to reality, I guess.
I
Wanda.
don't know.
The only interesting thing about the Mephisto, the only thing that's like keeping me a little bit like it could happen is Agnes, because at first
Yeah,
I
she's
thought it
like
was
a
like
direct tie. Like, there's no way that she's not.
yeah, and she has the same like necklace or whatever as her in the
It's like her
comic. I
name,
don't know,
like the beginning
and
and
she
end.
didn't have an ID in the thing.
I don't know.
Whatever.
If anything, she's gonna be the main villain. Like, I can see that happening.
I would like
Yeah,
that.
maybe
More, yeah.
they could just make like instead of having Mephisto, make her kind of like that same character. Just
Yeah. But then there's like the question of her husband. Like, it is really strange the way
Yeah, she
she
always
brings
refers to
him
her
up.
husband Ralph and how he's always in the dark. Like
Yeah.
she
I
can't
mean,
she brought it up a couple
yeah.
times. So.
He's probably gonna show up. I don't know if I like it or not. We'll see.
I'm indifferent until it actually happens.
Yeah.
it could be interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like the MCU isn't gonna do the actual devil. Like, it's not gonna look at, like, they have to
Yeah,
tone it down.
it wouldn't look like the comments.
Yeah.
I mean comics, not.
Yeah, comics.
And they don't. Well, they don't always do it like the comics do. They always have their own twist on it, and I don't think fans understand that. Like, they think it's gonna be the exact same storyline as the comics.
Did you see some of I sent like it was a while ago, but there's this post. I see the crazy ones. I sent it to you guys because they're so funny. There's like these 3 weird looking monsters. One was Mephisto, and these 2 were like these weird looking blobs. And people just take like these little lines or little things in the background, like this is that. People are going crazy over the names of the babies because the names of them in the comics. It's just, yeah, people
I
kind
think
of
it's gonna. The storyline is literally that
Yeah.
the babies don't have a soul, or because they're like Wanda's like reality. And then
'cause
she
how
makes
would
a
Vision
deal with
impregnate
Mephisto to give them a soul. And people think that's exactly going to happen in the show. Like, it's so easy to guess. There's no way.
They wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. We have 5 episodes left. Well, I didn't know it was 9 for a while, but it's 9 episodes. We've done 4. That's a lot of content. It's
Yeah.
weird because we're like almost halfway, and we just got a ton of answers. So it's like there's 5 episodes of conflict left. Like that's
a lot does have to happen.
it's like a lot.
I think the next episode is that the Office type one.
I don't know.
Halloween.
It's supposed to be the Halloween one. I don't know
think there
what.
might be one before the Halloween, unless they combine
There,
them.
yeah, there was one that looked like the 80s.
Yeah, it looks like there's another one before that.
Well, I
So
don't
there
know.
could be 3 like
Yeah,
sitcom
there's at
ones
least
left.
2, which means there's like 2 or 3 that aren't. So
I think those will be the best.
I mean, we talk about like there's a lot of episodes, but like they are 20-minute episodes. Like that's not that much.
It's our podcast.
I feel like they feel longer than that.
They do, yeah.
They have 8-minute credits.
And it's weird. The credits are not like the
I
Mandalorian.
feel like there has to be something. There probably is like hints, but I'm not.
I don't know. People watch them all clearly because they found the.
I don't want to.
Yeah. I don't know.
God, the fact that it's actually Darcy.
I know. Yeah.
Darcy.
Spoiler. I think this is Darcy, and it was actually her. It's very funny.
Literally just a white hand.
I was gonna comment on this earlier when talking about Darcy. I hated the humor. I didn't laugh once. I don't think
Yeah,
like
I
at
didn't
one.
laugh at
I
any of
laughed
the
at Ron.
jokes.
Yeah.
Doesn't fit in the show at all.
And not only does it not fit, but it's just not like typical MCU humor. Like they normally have like sly comments from characters we like, and this was like Darcy wants her coffee, and there was a bunch of other like weird jokes that Wu was making. It just felt like
Yeah,
I didn't like that.
They took
like usually I feel like you at least laugh at the jokes in the MCU
Yeah, I know.
stuff.
well, Wu is so like
Like they,
Wu is good. Now he's like serious.
yeah, I know. He was
Like,
funny in it. Man.
yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know. And I can't tell. So with the conflict thing, we're talking about how she might have lost her hold on it. I don't know because like in a traditional sitcom, which is it seems like she's modeling her reality after like they have like a main conflict or whatever. But this doesn't feel like a main sitcom conflict. It feels like something that is out of her control. So I don't think she's not creating those conflicts right for her to solve.
Which
Oh.
one? Like the dinner table and all
Like
that?
she like so like the stuff that goes like around like she clearly created like the whole dinner boss situation because that's like a
Oh
sitcom
yeah, yeah.
joke.
Okay, you're talking
So,
about
like
like where
and,
it
like
goes crazy.
yeah, she creates that, but then when it goes like spirals out of control, like
Yeah,
that's not
no,
her.
I well, that's
right?
not her. Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
just.
so
I thought it was just like the outside world trying to infiltrate, but we've learned
yeah, but it's
not.
not. So now it's like
Yeah, I
who's
mean, it
like
might just be.
her
Yeah,
struggle.
yeah. It's just her like trying to keep
Also,
control of the reality.
maybe this is a big plot point, maybe it's not, but like Darcy and them were getting like coverage of the show to them. Like who's broadcasting? Like maybe that's a small thing I'm not
Yeah.
supposed to
No,
think about.
yeah. Well, I think that was one of the questions they asked. They're like, "Where is
And
this
then
coming from?"
yeah, and someone's
'Cause-
cutting like they cut the
They're
footage.
cutting.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there has to be another person involved, and it has to be Mephisto. I mean, not has to be, but it most likely is Mephisto. So
It could be Wanda cutting the footage. I don't know.
yeah, but
'Cause
it
it
just
said,
doesn't
like-
feel like unless Wanda is the main villain, it just doesn't feel like Wanda is completely in control of this. 'Cause
Yeah, I don't
she's like
know.
crazy now. I mean, it could be justified by Vision's death, but like it's insane. Like
They shouldn't make her like completely evil. Like at the end, she should at least come back to good. Just
yeah,
Yeah,
I
she's
don't know.
not even.
maybe
Yeah,
she's the Phase 4 villain. That'd be crazy.
that'd be weird.
that I wouldn't like that.
Yeah, that would be.
She's
Especially
OP
since we've seen.
enough.
Because she's already played the villain in the past.
Yeah, pretty. Yeah, I forgot in Ultron she was a villain.
Yeah, that is true.
That's weird. I didn't even think about that. Oh, this was the first. Like the episode's called "We Interrupt This Program" because it's like it's like a break from the sitcom. But
Yeah.
this is the first one we didn't have a commercial. Like I didn't expect to have one, but I thought that was really
Yeah.
interesting. Like I realized I was like, oh, normally I look forward to the commercials more than anything. But
I don't
no.
know if the commercials mean anything. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I think it's
Well, they didn't talk about like they didn't ever discuss the commercials in
yeah.
the.
There's the Stark thing, the Strucker. I think it's just stuff tied to her
Well, I'm
past.
saying in episode 4 they never mentioned it that much, right?
Yeah, I don't really think it means anything.
I think it's just references. Like those do feel like references to just like previous movies. The Mephisto
Yeah.
stuff does not just feel
It's
like a
pretty-
reference to the comics. They're doing it way too much for it.
It's gonna be really fun. Regardless, there's so many theories that like 90% of them are bound to be wrong. It's gonna be fun when we know the whole picture of the show. We get to look back on like Mephisto's not in it. I know I was making fun of it, but it would be like all the posts,
That's
all the
hilarious.
comments, it would be very interesting. And,
So
like,
mad. Oh my gosh. I
yeah,
think
Yeah, that
I don't have a burning passion for
You're
Mephisto.
right.
It's just like yeah, I just know about
fans
it.
are crazy. Like I mean, I guess I didn't have Instagram during like the other MCU content that came out, but like I don't think they were like this.
I have been. It was not. Yeah. Nothing compares to being on Instagram after Endgame came out. Just got off of it. No spoilers, and I still got a spoiler because school is a great place.
oh yeah.
Dude, that
Yeah.
was exciting. Freshman year, that's crazy.
I don't know. It's really weird about like all these. We're talking like every episode, every week we have a new like episode to talk about. It's gonna be weird because after this show ends, but there's a week break, then Falcon Winter Soldier starts. I'm pretty sure Loki. Like
Oh,
we're gonna have.
that soon?
Yeah, like there's a
They're
week
just
gap.
cramming
It wasn't
it.
even supposed to be, but then they did one and two at the same time at the beginning. I don't know.
Hopefully we actually get Black Widow. Oh my
Yeah,
I know. I wonder if they're gonna connect the shows.
Yeah, I think this is supposed to tie to Doctor Strange. They said Doctor Strange doesn't come out
it
till
makes sense.
I don't
It's
know
a
when.
multiverse show.
Comes out after. Yeah, and they also like this is I don't know if this is any relevant at all, but this is like they said it takes place like 3 weeks after Endgame, I think, and Far From Home's a couple months. This takes or I don't know the exact timeline, but I know this is between Endgame and Far From Home. That's what they've said. So
Then why were they so surprised about him? Or I guess that maybe that's why they believed there was a multiverse.
yeah, because probably this doesn't tie to the multiverse. I'm guessing, like we thought it did. This isn't a pocket route. Like it's her own.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it's still like at
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
But after they confirmed this episode, it's like not multiverse. Now they also told us at the same time it takes place between Endgame. It makes more sense now. I feel like.
Yeah.
She's just like Joey said earlier. She's just so insanely OP. Like she could brainwash an entire like town of people, control
Yeah.
people. Like that is how is that even possible?
Created a town.
How does anyone win against her then?
Thanos.
I don't know.
Get the Infinity Stones again.
Yeah.
Maybe she has all the Infinity Stones.
She
Does,
basically is the Reality Stone.
Yeah.
yeah.
But like also she's the Mind Stone. I mean she gets her powers from the Mind Stone, but it's like she like looks like a Reality Stone thing. Like it's even red.
It's really weird talking about the rest of the MCU and comparing it to this because it doesn't feel like MCU still. Like I know episode
Same
4
thing.
did, but like it doesn't connect. Does anyone have any comments on Sword? It's just a thing that exists. People kind of went nuts about it.
It's a
After
Yeah.
galactic shield. It's literally it. It's space shield. That's it.
Have they ever talked about it in anything besides this show?
No comics
Well,
and that's
comic,
it.
but
No.
And then people are also speculating that the old guy that Monica talked to at the beginning. People think he's evil somehow and tying into this because he seems to
Probably.
know a lot about it, but he seems sketchy. But I don't know. That could be a theory. There's so many
I
theories.
mean, he's probably evil. Let's be real.
So my biggest
agree.
question coming out is just about Vision. I guess that's probably it because I got a lot of other stuff answered.
Yeah.
But given like now that we've been given the perspective of the outside, I feel like even if the next ones are sitcoms, I feel like they're going to be more connected to the outside world. Like not only will stuff go wrong, but it'll be like it'll involve the sitcom and like Wu and Darcy and all those people.
Well, like the
That'll
whole
probably-
episode, Vision's like flying around, right?
Yeah, they're defending their home or whatever.
Yeah,
It's
I don't sure. That was like the first trailer we got.
I know.
Who knew that this show is going to be so drastically different than that?
It's really bizarre because for Mandalorian season 2, like no spoiler, it was either episode 3 or 4. They ran out of trailer footage really quick, so that like it was after 4, I remember. So 5, 6, 7, 8 for season 2. Like it was, we didn't know anything. We had no tease, no clips, no anything, no images.
Oh
I
yeah.
prefer
That-
that. Like, I don't care about teasers for like a show.
But this one's doing it after each episode, which is
I
really
know,
like.
it's
I feel like
they're
I've never
really
seen this many
popular.
teasers.
Yeah, they know what they're doing, so I feel like they're not spoiling it because that'd be stupid of them. But
Mhm.
like, it feels like a lot. But
I just don't watch them because I just like okay.
it doesn't.
I'd
Honestly,
rather
half of it's like a rehash of the other episodes. Dude. The also interesting thing is the Office type of thing that Joey talked about. Right? Like that. I
Yeah.
don't know how you even incorporate that, but that's probably the last era. So
before it goes back.
I don't like. I
What
said
are we
it.
in? We're in the 70s now.
Yeah, we did 50s, 60s. We did 70s. I think the color one was. Took a break. Then I think it's gonna be 80s, 90s, and 2000s.
Okay. Yeah. So then 3 more episodes probably.
Yeah,
of the
unless they
sitcom.
combine. I don't know.
Well, sitcom, and then there's also probably at
There's
least
only
one outside, and then the rest is like setting up the final conflict probably.
I feel like sitcom's gonna mesh though with like the real world now. I don't feel like it's gonna
I
be
guess
full.
it's only one episode. Yeah,
What is?
only leaves one episode. If they did 3 more sitcom and then maybe like one sword in between, and then that's 1 episode left because we have 4.
They could do like a 2-part finale. Then
It'll probably
I
it
don't know.
probably won't be a sword thing in between. It'll just be a 2-part finale probably, or maybe not.
Yeah, because there's probably not that much to learn about the outside world now because we pretty much got every.
That's true.
yeah.
I feel like now we're actually getting to the real conflict, which is like what's gonna happen between the two of them, like trying to get in. And so like at first the conflict was like, what is happening? Like, and how does all this play in? But now we're actually starting to get a real plot. So
Yeah,
Yes,
if they were to do this episode again, it'd just feel really, really repetitive. It'd be the same thing. I feel like.
I hope
Yeah,
that
that's
after 9
true.
episodes too. That's a lot. Like I hope this format doesn't get repetitive.
Well, the sitcom is one. It's like pretty much the same every single time. They have a conflict, like a sitcom conflict, and then something goes wrong, and the outside world somehow infiltrates, or like something happens, and Wanda's like, "Oh no," then it goes back, and then it's good. And we get a teaser about something somewhere in there, either the beekeeper or the helicopter.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like I don't want to say I'm indifferent on the show because like I like it because it's MCU content, but like I don't want to get sick of it, and I'm not sick of it now, but I am not really excited for the episode until it's like Thursday night. I'm like, oh, new WandaVision tomorrow. Like that's cool because we all stream it together and watch it, and that's cool. But like Mandalorian, like after the last one ended, like I know I want answers after these WandaVision ones, but like I keep comparing because that's the only time I've done a weekly release lately. But it like that one I was hyped for throughout the week and I couldn't wait. But I don't know.
Well, I feel like it's because this show, like, it does leave you with questions, but it doesn't leave you with like a cliffhanger. No, I mean,
Yeah,
it
that's
kinda
Kind
true.
of the next one. Yeah.
but it's because like the episodes are so disconnected. Like they're not related to each
They're
other.
literally different eras, so it's
Yeah,
like
yeah. I mean, I guess like see episode 3 did. That was like the only one because Geraldine or whatever her name is got kicked
Yeah.
out.
Oh yeah.
But that was it. Like that's the only cliffhanger that we've pretty much gotten.
I think with the sitcom format, it's hard to really make it like you just want to watch more.
Yeah, yeah. They definitely tackled an interesting thing. People like it, so I guess.
no, they're doing it.
Whatever.
I mean, everyone seems to love it, so that's good. Good for them, I guess. But I mean, I like it. It's just
I
I'm
don't know
not.
why they went with a sitcom. And I
Just
wonder what the thinking behind that was.
it's. I mean, it's interesting because we were supposed to have like what 2 movies and a show before this, but now this is first. But like clearly, everyone loves this weird thing coming first. So like when actual normal shows come out, I feel like they're gonna go even more nuts.
Black Widow's gonna get like 100%.
I know. Okay, we were talking about that, but like that, I thought at first they were trying to do like I guess it was only like Sony or like HBO Max and all that. They were trying to do like theater and streaming release, but they said they have no plans to release Black Widow on Disney Plus, which is why people think it's going to be postponed because they want to wait till theaters are open.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I
that's
think that'd be good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know in theaters. I haven't even thought about theaters reopening.
Because it's like
They're like open for like a short. I mean,
Yeah,
are they open now?
they might be.
I think they closed back down because we went back down in the,
Oh
whatever, like purple. I
yeah,
don't.
they just had like they made you wear gloves or something inside, and then they only had like half the seats.
Yeah.
or less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're open, but
That
like
feels
even so, they're not as popular, so they probably want to wait.
that feels so unfair though. Like, yeah, they probably postpone it if they're going to do only theaters. Because like, imagine like, what if you have a pre-existing health condition and like you want to see the next Marvel movie, you can't because you don't want to risk your life to go watch a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
So I feel like either release it at the same time as streaming or just wait like for a long time. I hope it's not the second one, but we'll see.
I think if you release it just streaming, way less people are gonna watch it. Like Wonder Woman, I feel like I already would have watched it if it was in theaters.
Yeah.
But
Garbage movie.
That one, I don't know if you had to pay, but I know for Mulan when they released that on Disney Plus, like you had to pay $30 to watch that movie, which makes sense because I guess you add up ticket prices if you went to the movies and it like
Yeah.
probably cheaper. But I feel like if they did that, they'd be able to get some money. It's a lot of Marvel. They have the whole Marvel fan base to watch it. But
yeah,
I mean, $30 is fair because like you're gonna have multiple people watching.
yeah, like imagine us like four, like us three, including Danny, watch it. Split that, like that's like way beyond reasonable. So I don't know.
I still don't think they'd make as much money though because there are people who will go
Yeah,
watch it just to go to the movie theater, not actually caring that much about the movie.
also snacks. It feels so long since I've been in theater eating popcorn. Like
Yeah.
watching trailers. It's so weird.
Yeah, we should probably end it. This is a longer. It's like 30 minutes, I think.
I didn't expect it to go long. All right,
Or watch time.
I don't know. We'll see.
Joey, anything to plug?
Nope. Yeah, no.
Steven.
You already know. Follow at podcast.
Smash like.
Yes, do that. Subscribe, like, comment. Comment what you want to see. We need.
One for free
we have,
Apple Watch
we have a
giveaway.
lot of things. We have a lot of things lined up, but like we're gonna need more ideas. So comment what things you want us to talk about.
Like the Tony interview.
Yes. No. Okay. And then follow at podcast_time_times on Instagram and TikTok, and where we post clips of like our podcast. So yeah, you can go see us anger Star Wars fans.
We got to post more Star Wars content because those TikToks, that first TikTok did so well because people were mad.
And you use driver's license.
Oh yeah, driver's license. He's the sound. Yeah. Anyway, all right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye everyone. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.